Can we resume? There was a question in my chat box. If a company wants to raise ADR, does it have to go through level 2? It depends on the company again. If the company wants, it can even go through level 1. As I said, level 1 is not very popular, so you may not invite that many subscriptions for level 1 ADR. But if it is level 2, it will invite more subscription, it will be very popular. But why? Because if any company is listed with the stock exchange, it has to follow certain discipline. So if it has to follow certain discipline, obviously the company is going to be disclosing all that is required. All the disclosures will have to be provided, and therefore the company becomes very popular. Investors will have more faith in the company. Therefore, level 2 is a listed area, and therefore it will be more popular. But then it depends on the issuing company and the amount of capital that it actually wants to raise. Therefore, there is nothing like, it has to list under level 1, level 2, etc. Even a level 1 ADR can be upgraded to level 2 if it gets listed with any stock exchange and if it is registered with the SEC. I hope I am clear. Can we proceed? Now, what is level 3? Level 3 is highest level that a foreign company can have. Now, what is this is you will have more stringent rules to be adhered to. You are listed with a stock exchange in that local land, in the land where you're raising capital from. And also, they will be traded. Your securities will not only be traded in your home country, home market, but also traded in the US. And then it is actually issuing the share capital for trading. Again, here also you need to adhere to the GAAP standards. Disclosures are more than level 2 ADR, and any information in the home market also will be shared with the, any information in the land where you have raised capital ADR, it will be shared with the shareholders in the home market. So therefore, more stringent rules, more discipline, and then it is all filed with the SEC. But foreign company with level 3 programs will issue more materials and very informative, so that, and again it is very, very popular way of the company gains more popularity. It will raise the reputation of the company both in the homeland as well as in the foreign land. This will also increase the share prices at both the lands where it is issued. Did you understand difference between level 2 and level 3 are? Level 2 is just a listed ADR. Like any other company, you are listed with a local stock exchange. Whereas level 3, you are required to be having more discipline, right? Your rules are very stricter. You have to adhere to more stricter rules. And it is being offered by the company actually. Now this company which is listed, any information in the home market is also shared in the US market, and hence the company here will be offering, the company here will be adhering to US GAAP standards, and also any information, material information will be given to shareholders in the market. Like very big corporates, Reliance India Limited, Infosys and all, they will be listed under level 3. They would prefer to be listed under level 3. Now, what is this level 4? Level 4 is also called as Rule 144 ADR, RADR in short. We call it as RADR. Rule 144 ADR, which is a restricted program, we call it. These are all private placement areas. They will be listed with highest level of ADR, but then issue will not be to the public. These are all private placement ADR, wherein they will be traded only to companies. We call them as qualified institutional buyers. Institutional buyers are corporates, right? These shares of companies registered under Rule 144 are restricted stock. They may be issued only to big corporates. No retailers will buy, right? So any company can buy the shares of foreign company under Rule 144 ADR. And again, we will not have general public or retailers buying it, and therefore it is exclusively through depository trust and clearing corporation. So a company holding shares of another company, that is what it is. To an issuing company for the investor, right? What are the benefits of issuing? Depository receipts for the issuing company. A company will first of all have greater exposure to foreign land, like it will have more equity investor base, right? Yes, it will raise capital. Supposing I am raising capital from my local land and my equity holder base is exhausted, so I can always pitch to the foreigners and ask them to subscribe for my shares. Now that is one advantage. Secondly, the company depository receipt holders do not have the voting rights. Therefore, it is beneficial for the company because control does not get diluted. I will be issuing equity capital, but at the same time, my equity holding does not dilute the control in the company. Are you following this? Did you understand this point? Whenever I issue equity capital in my local land, they will have the voting rights. And when they have the voting rights, they are entitled to elect the board of directors. The more number of equity shares, the more dilution of control. People will have their own say, etc. But this does not happen if I raise capital through depository receipts, because depository receipts do not entitle them to vote for the company's director, right? They do not have the right to elect the company's director. Therefore, again, this is beneficial for the company. Apart from that, I also have foreign exchange earnings without foreign exchange risk. In case I have any projects abroad, I can use it without any conversion cost, etc. for foreign projects, or I can even pay off my foreign currency loans with the amount that I have raised. Again, what happens is, along with that, company's reputation also goes up in the local market and even in the foreign market. Supposing company gets listed with a foreign stock exchange, it has more stringent rules to follow. When it has more stringent rules to follow, people have more faith in the company. And therefore, what happens? The company's capital, or equity shares are in demand. Therefore, price of the equity share both in the home country and also in the foreign country goes up. And if there are people who want to transact with my company by placing their orders, or if they want projects, if they want me to complete their projects, they will also come to me. This will also increase my customer base or client base, I would call it, right? So these are the these are the benefits that a depository receipts give an issuing company. I hope you are following this. So just to have a recap, dilution of control is prohibited by even if equity capital is raised. Secondly, we said that a company enjoys better reputation and the company has more regulatory, and it also enjoys the technology. There is exchange of information with the foreign, foreign exposure. Apart from that, it also has a wider equity base, shareholders, in terms of foreign shareholders. Now, talking about the benefits of depository receipts. And also it has foreign exchange, foreign currency earnings by way of raising foreign capital. It can have projects there, or it can even pay off its foreign currency loans without any conversion cost involved. So it is forex risk free. But for the investor, on the other hand, it is it is a different avenue altogether to invest. He has another investment avenue. So it gives him diversification. Also that if the company he has already invested in, he is holding equity capital, is also issuing depository receipt. Obviously, it will help him in capital appreciation. As I told you, if a company is listed with any other stock exchange, its market value goes up. So I already hold the company shares in India. So it has capital appreciation because it has got listed with American Stock Exchange. And also that it is more liquid in the sense transaction usme zyada ho jata hai, people start demanding for the shares because it is listed in a foreign country also. Things are very, very transparent and the company keeps making disclosures and it is very, very disciplined. So with a surety that it will not get involved in any kind of wrong activities or it might not go, away from the ethical base of operating. And so this gives me more confidence to invest into the country. And apart from that, as an investor of depository receipt, I also do not have any foreign exchange risk. Why? Because the shares of the company are converted into depository receipt. Like for example, the share that was traded with a face value of rupees 10 is converted into depository receipt. And then I am investing, being in US, a US investor is going to invest it in US dollars. So he doesn't have to make any conversion there. So Forex risk is avoided. And also, if there is any dividend, what will happen to dividends? If the company in India declares a dividend of rupees 10 per share, it is going to give 10 rupees per share. If it is raising 1,000 shares in the US, it is going to pass on 10,000 rupees to the US depository that it has appointed. Now, it is the job of the depository to convert it to US dollar and pass it on to the investor. So therefore, neither the issuing company faces exchange risk, nor does the investor face the exchange risk. So therefore, they get their dividends in US dollars. Neither do they have to convert, plus the company is also at an advantage that it doesn't have to convert the dividend proceeds to US dollar and pay it. It can pay it in INR, which will be converted by the depository. Are you following?